You may have some questions about what soul-powered is and how it works and all of that stuff. I know I throw that term around because I've been using it in my coaching for over 10 years now. And I got to the soul-powered level after my breast cancer journey, after a double mastectomy. So probably a question you might have is, all right, Mo, great. Okay, I get it. The soul is there and it's part of the best parts of me. How do I do it? What's it look like to do it? Here's the truth. When you don't have it, you don't trust yourself and you don't trust life. You don't trust others to support you because you haven't felt it before. So I'm going to give you a few tips right now on how to actually begin living in your soul and living a soul-powered truth life. Now, granted, there's so many more steps and dimensions we go into this in my coaching, but I want to give you a little taste of this so that you can understand the concept and begin utilizing some of these factors in your current life. It might require you to be a little bit more intentional here and here in your life. Here's one tip. Number one, when you're faced with a decision and your instinct is to look around and see what other people want you to do or think that you should do, stop right there and decide what you want to do. And instead of communicating that indecision, communicate the decision. Communicate that this is the way we're going to do it. Because when you stop, instead of running around like a nervous rabbit looking for someone else to fill in the insecurity, when you beckon that in yourself, you're beginning to call up your soul. So rather than be wishy-washy or indecisive, and you might think you're just getting other people's opinions and collaborating, no, what you're doing is you're enhancing insecurity. So stop for a few seconds and ask yourself, what do I want to do in this moment? What is the best decision coming from me? And then advance from that part of decisiveness. If you can start doing that a few times a day, because I know there's hundreds of decisions that you're making every day, and if you begin to shift into the understanding and knowing of what you want, you will gradually move into your soul power. Number two, take a beat when you feel like shouting or running or telling someone off or writing that email. Some people say, oh, we should wait 24 hours. But 24 hours is a long time between what you need to respond on an email and right now. What I would suggest that you do so that you can get into your soul power is to think about yourself as a secure, awesome, authoritative expert. Elevate your sense of self in that moment and then begin to compose your answer. Now, if you're in a Zoom call or one-on-one with your boss, you may say, well, I can't do that. Yes, you can take a beat and breathe. You know what? I have talked with people who, when I've asked them a question, they actually stop and think for a few seconds. And I instantaneously, subconsciously think, oh, they're being thoughtful. That's cool. So this is what I'm asking you to do, to be a little bit thoughtful. Think, if I were in a higher level self, if I were in charge here, if I were the authority, if I were the total rock star person I know I can be someday, if I'm soul powered, what am I saying in this moment? And that really takes maybe 3 to 5 seconds. Might take a little longer the first time, but I'm going to tell you this. Once you start getting the knack of that, ooh, you're going to start feeling that soul power and it's going to feel good. The third thing is super simple. Put your hand on your belly and take a breath in, expanding your belly and then releasing. That belly breath tells your body that everything's okay. It stimulates your vagus nerve. When you belly breathe, you're telling your nervous system all is well, all is okay. So you're decreasing your reactionary chronic stress self and you're allowing your brain to wake up a little bit more in the problem solving and executive functioning. So taking that belly breath, taking it a few times, and you can do this easily on a Zoom call. You can do it in any meeting. You can do it driving a car or doing anything you want. Take a belly breath in and release. Lean in because I got a bonus for you. Those are 3 quick ways that you can be soul powered, but lean in for a bonus 4th tip. This is going to surprise you. It's asking for help. Not asking for help like a damsel in distress, but asking for help from a power of strength and knowing that there is more for you to learn and be and do in the world. Asking for help may seem like a vulnerable situation to be in. It may seem like it's admitting you don't have all the answers. I want to tell you this. Some of the most powerful, awesome human beings in this world got there because they asked for help earlier, not later. Asking for help earlier in your problems, earlier in your challenges, gives you a higher chance of succeeding and solving those problems. In the year 2000, I hired my first coach. A coworker said, you should probably get a coach. At that time, I didn't really know what a coach really was except in the sports field. And I was familiar with coaching from that perspective. But I went to this woman's apartment as my first coach in the year 2000. And she said some things to me that I will never forget to this day. And I said, that's the power of asking for help. And she asked me, if I would rather be successful or right. Now, I always thought they came together. She opened my eyes. And when you ask for help, your eyes will be opened. You'll have a better perspective on things. And the way you see yourself in the world will expand so that you can move into a higher level of success. So being soul powered also means leaning in and asking and getting help. For you to be somewhere you've never been, for you to experience life in your career that you've never had, asking for help is a power move. So go right ahead and click below to begin this journey of not only asking for help, but getting it. We'll see you on the other side.